I all hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. Just get rid of this panel. So somebody asked me to look into a thing called casino yield, and I noticed that James Pelton was doing an AMA with a guy. I thought, oh well, let's watch this. I've got nothing better to do with my time. I have actually, but okay. So I watched the AMA. I don't know if I caught it all actually. I think I caught the end of it, but it just he's just bonkers. Okay, first of all, when I asked some of the questions and he never bothered answering me. So clearly, any question comes from me, he sees my name, and he just thinks I'm not going to answer anything that this guy says. So that's fair enough. That doesn't bother me. But other people ask some questions and stuff like compounding and stuff like that. So let's have a quick look at this casino yield anyway. First of all. So casino yield, we just go up here. I don't know, it's got CC, wasn't it? You'd have thought it'd be CY or something like that, but I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, CY, right. So it says here, earn 1.5% APR daily, invest in crypto casinos, earn yield. You know, you just smell a rat straight away, don't you? This is just ridiculous. So as soon as you hear these massive percentages flying about, clearly this is just a Ponzi scheme. All right. So I mean, we don't have to dig too far. We can just look at the APR daily. All right. Now, if it was a month, then maybe, but even that would be too high. Okay. So actually, what I did have a quick research onto casinos and how much they earn. Okay. So onlinecasinos.org.uk and a few casinos basically. So here, the rank group gets about 10% net profit margin. Okay. That's a year, guys, not a day or a month or a quarter or whatever. That's 10% a year. 888 Casino gets 8.77% in a year. Paddy Power, Betfair, Sky Vegas. Okay, so this is another company that owns these, gets 11.36%. All right. And then there's another company up here which gets 12.68%, which owns various other organizations. All right. So you're looking at about 10% a year. All right. So that is a decent return, but not massive considering inflation's 10%. You're kind of standing still at this moment in time. But clearly, it's a lot less than, I mean, this guy's offering us as investors 1.5% a day. All right. So if this is a real casino, they'd be losing fortunes. Now, another thing that came across was that a question that got asked was, so you're going to put your money in, and what it is they are signing up casinos that they're going to lend the money to, but they've got no one signed up. But you put your money in, and then you're getting paid 1.5% a day straight away, but they've got no casinos signed up to them. So straight away, that is Ponzi, and even admitted that paying people out. But what they're saying is we make so much money, okay, that we can afford to pay 1.5% out per day. But yet here, looking at the actual reality of things, you know, you're looking at these percentages, you know, less than 13% a year, okay, which is, you know, 1% a month at most. So clearly, this casino yield is a complete Ponzi. But let's just dig into it a little bit more for fun. Now, another thing I noticed on here, which is just really naff. So you just sort of scroll down. I'm not even going to read all this nonsense, all right? All this dynamic returns, accredited team of analysts, okay? Okay, our reach in the global online gambling, all right? Um, so here I noticed this sort of spinning sort of, I don't know what it is. It's probably something like a stellar icosahedron or something weird, tetrahedron. I don't know what you call them now. But and I saw that and I thought, hey, oh, this reminds me of Solar Road. So remember how that sort of finished? Okay, so I just thought that was quite funny. Another thing right at the very bottom, they put a casino yield. So again, that's always a sort of worry. You know, it should say casino yield, shouldn't it? So they put casino yield. All right, so just another spelling mistake in a pretty obvious place. I mean, how could you get that wrong? Just really bad. If we have a look at the document, another thing that screams Ponzi is if you go to the referrals, look at the referrals, you've got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, straight away. They're just trying to get people to market this stuff. They're going to get a load of YouTubers, a lot of scammy YouTubers to promote this. And guess the sort of scammy YouTuber is promoting it. Oh, look, it's James Pelton. Okay, James Pelton here. And also, when he did this AMA, guess what, guys? This guy Eric never had any picture of him. Okay, so another another red flag. Yeah, James Pelton here he is pushing this obvious Ponzi scheme. Now, I remember a while ago, James Pelton on Twitter said that if you earn 1% a day, it's definitely a Ponzi. So I thought, right, I'll go on his site on Twitter and have a quick look. Oh dear, I'm blocked. Why? Why have you blocked me, James? Why? But anyway, it doesn't really matter because I got a really old video, right, that I made this. So I had a look. So on January 7th, so if you want to go and search it for it yourself and see if you can find it, if it goes that back that far on Twitter. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let's try and enlarge this. So it says here on January the 17th, James Pelton says, and this is in another video, by the way, where I said James Pelton is full of shit, doing another AMA with a Ponzi scheme. All right, so here he is, James Pelton. He says on Twitter on January the 17th, I won't be doing any more AMAs with any projects that guarantee a specific return. If projects give out revenue, it should be variable based on actual returns. With guaranteed returns, there is no way for it to be anything but a Ponzi. That isn't how revenue works. All right. So here we are again, yet again. James Pelton advertising another Ponzi after he said he'd never do another AMA. So, you know, this is at least your second AMA with another person giving out fixed returns at above 1%, clearly a Ponzi. So I made a video there saying he's full of shit. Well, James, you're still full of shit, all right? You're still promoting crappy schemes that are clearly Ponzi. Now, let's just say for a minute, let's just argue for a minute that this actually is a real it's not a Ponzi. Let's say it isn't a Ponzi. Now, James with his Christian ethics, all right, he's you know, he's part of the God squad, isn't he, James? You know, he loves Jesus, okay. But he's happy to promote casinos, basically. He's happy to promote gambling. You know, it just doesn't, you know, so many people get absolutely burned. You know, they've got terrible people are very addictive, and getting addicted to gambling is like one of the worst things. You're just going to lose all your money, and then it's going to impact your family life if you've got a family life. You may even go feel suicidal and all of this. All right. But James Pelton is okay with that. All right. I mean, this is the guy, James Pelton, who sold his business for a actually not a six figure. I think he sold it for a seven figure. He's a millionaire. Okay. Anyway, he's a millionaire. And but you know, he wants to make that an extra few few shekels, doesn't he, out of these projects? You know, gambling projects which are clear-cut Ponzi schemes, and he wants to make a few extra dollars from this. I mean, how low? How low do you want to go? Okay. Yeah. So casino yield, clear-cut Ponzi, promoted by Ponzi promoters such as James Pelton. Okay. back on the case of promoting Ponzi schemes. And just out of interest, I just had a look at the compound interest. So imagine, because you can actually compound as well. That was another thing that came up. Somebody sort of said you can compound this, and the guy was umming and ahhing, okay, because somebody said, oh, if you compound it by $500 a day, you make some ridiculous figures. So I'll put it in $500, 1.5% day for 1 year, okay, daily, 365. Your $500 turns into $114,000. Clearly, that's ridiculous. Why would casino yield get $500 and then pay you out all that money? They'd just go and get a loan, miles cheaper, all right, or just find a mate. You're happy to pay a bit less than, just pay him the 50 grand for a year for loaning $500. All right, so this project, guys, is complete and utter nonsense, and the guy who's peddling it is just completely out of order yet again. All right. Anyway, have a great day. Have a great day. Not good, is it? Not good.